This is a Model 31 Linotype, and today we're going to be removing, cleaning, oiling, and replacing the key cams. Key cams are part of the keyboard system, and over time they get full of bits of rubber and dirt and need to be removed and cleaned. So the first thing we're going to do is on the keyboard, you need to check that none of your key rods are in the up position. Because if these key rods are in the up position, when you swing the keyboard out, you're going to bend one of the key rods and then they become very difficult to replace. So you want to make sure all your lower key rods are not touching the upper key rods. And once you're sure those are all clear and okay, you can come over to the right side of the machine and you can remove the belt. Just give it a little tug that drives the keyboard. Now if you forget to remove that, it's not a big deal. It will just twist off when you swing the keyboard out. Now back over to the left side of the keyboard, and you want to disconnect your elevator lever. So way in here, there's a little clip on the back side of this arm, and you just knock it forward out of the way. Push the arm down, and the little catch right there will keep it down. Then down underneath, just over the power switch, is that large screw. Reach in there and unscrew that till it comes out, and that will release your keyboard. And once that's removed, you can just grab the keyboard and give it a tug, and it will swing out of the way. And remove this little cover. There's one in back, and there's one in the front. And underneath these, you will see all little key cams. Undo the spring latches, and the spring case will drop out of the way, and there are your key cams. So now you can remove these. I'm going to just do one at a time today. You can remove them, string them onto a wire to clean them. What's important is that the position they're removed from is the position they go back into, because they wear along with the other parts they're connected to, and if you mix them up, you will get some problems with your operation. So the easiest way now to get the key cam out is to go over to the keyboard, and I'm going to do, let's say, S. So I think that's one I've cleaned. Give the key a good press. Reach back into the machine where the pulley is, spin it towards you fairly quickly, and there's the key cam. I don't know if you saw it move, but it should pop right up and out. And then grab the hook on the end, and give it a little wiggle, and out it comes. And that is a Linotype key cam, and you can see the teeth have bits of rubber stuck in them, and the face is fairly dirty. If I spin this around, it probably won't spin. It should spin nice and free. This one's not awful. But now we'll go over and we'll give it a clean and an oil. Okay, so this is essentially my little cleaning station. You see the key cam in front in there. It consists of a couple of little plastic brushes, some white gas. This is basically your camping stove fuel. See all the warnings. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area for this. and no matches or open flames because I have it open in a little dish. Okay. Can of compressed air, a little rag, and I have this little teeny tiny bottle of some very special watch oil. This watch oil is infused with round diamond nanoparticles, and it's supposed to be the best watch oil there is. That little tiny 2 milliliter jar was very expensive, so you don't need to have this. You use very little oil when oiling the key cam, so they leave it at that little bit of bottle should last a long time. Good sewing machine oil, good clock oil will work. And then I have my little needle oiler. So we're going to take our gunky dirty key cam and we're just going to drop it in the white gas. And I have this brush just to give it a little agitation. Move it around, try and help wipe the dirt off of it. But essentially this is going to soak for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll take it out and give it a quick scrub with the big brush and dry it off and oil it. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes and this key cam has been soaking. If you can see, I like this dish because the center of it's raised and you can see all around the lower edge little bits of stuff that have come out. And I like these little cheap brushes you get from the hardware store. Well, 2 reasons: they're cheap, so if the white gas destroys the glue and the bristles come out, it's not a big deal to get another one. But what I've been doing is just kind of moving it around. I try and spin the cam while it sits in here, get any of the dirt and rubber and stuff out of the spindle. I also like these little metal brushes because this end fits in a hole in a key cam, and I can kind of agitate it like this, help get all the stuff out of it. So once that's soaked for a while, just kind of lift it up and out of the white gas. And I've gone ahead and I've removed the second one. I'm pretty okay with doing 2 at a time, so while I'm oiling and cleaning and drying the one, that one can start its little soak cycle. So we'll take this one out of here, drop it on a rag. We'll take this one, drop it in for its soak. Dry that off a little. Now, I don't think I can do this while holding the camera, but this brush, a little oversized, what it'll do, just plastic bristles. I'll use this just to give little teeth there on the bottom. Those little teeth are what grab the rubber roller to drive it, and you can see even after agitating and soaking, there's still some rubber in there. So I will take the brush and I'll run it just lightly across the teeth, try and help get any more of that out. This is a little tough to do, trying to be cameraman and do the work. But what I'm going to do is try and take those little teeth you see there, and take my little brush, just drag it across them. Get any of the old rubber bits and pieces out from between the teeth. You don't want to use anything aggressive, beat up the brass, dull the teeth any. You just kind of want to help get anything out of there. Because the cleaner and sharper the teeth are, the better they're going to grip that rubber roller, and the better they're going to operate your mat release. Okay, so I did switch to this little steel brush, but I would be very careful in using that. You really don't want to remove any of the brass material or damage these little teeth in any way, but these are really dirty, and the teeth were all full of little black rubber, and when you ran your finger across the surface of them like this, you really couldn't feel that there were teeth there. So by using the steel brush, I probably didn't let this one soak long enough really to soften the rubber up to get it out, but now that I've gone over it really, really lightly with a steel brush, I've gotten all that little bit of black out of there. When you drag your finger across it, you can feel little teeth grabbing at your finger. So now what we do is blow out the spindle between the carriage and the actual cam to make sure there's no more solvent or anything in there. And just normal over office supply can of air. And just want to make sure it's dry and clean and free. And you can see already, just from cleaning it, just the compressed air can make the cam spin. Before I had to give it a good push with my finger. It already spins a little better. And now what we're going to do, brush out of the way, we're going to put just the tiniest drop of oil in here. So this is just a little oil, needle oiler. You can see the tiniest bit of oil I have in there. And the way I use this is suck up some of the oil out of this little bottle. And then right there in a little spindle, just one little drop of oil. That's it. That's all it needs. A little drop of oil like that. Get a couple of spins, get that oil all in there, and look at that. That is a clean and oiled key cam. Now we'll take it back over to the keyboard and put it back in. So back at the keyboard, there's the slot where the key cam came out of. Now nice and clean and oiled. There's the hook end. And all you do is drop it back in place. Go in. Then what you want to do is just kind of hold this little hook end, not this bar, just the hook, and reaching back again, spin the rubber roller, and there you go. When it gets back to that position, it's in place and all set. So then after all of the key cams front and back are clean and oiled, there's your spring box back up, just 2 hooks. Swing your keyboard back in place. Reinsert your bolt in the bottom. Put it back up. Pull this little pin on the inside to the right. Lift your elevator lift lever up. Reclip it. Reattach your belt, and you should be good to go.